I've been lucky enough to use Performance Builder since its inception. I've used it for a long time. Can't say enough good things about this. I start the horses right after I get them from the sales. I know Performance Builder is one of the main ingredients. I feed our horses well, but this really is a great addition to anybody's program.
Racing by 3/4. B Perfect, BG by length. Edging out of the pocket spot. Perfect Thought poised to pounce. And Napalm to the outside. Third, 3/4 for B Perfect, BG 122 and 4. Into the stretch drive. B Perfect, BG scoots off by 3, but now Napalm bears down on the outside second. Perfect Thought back to third on the inside of 16th out. B Perfect, BG pacing strong. B Perfect, BG. This is a special filly. B Perfect, BG, then Napalm, then Perfect Thought, and a three-way photo. 150 and 1. Their heads apart at 3/4. Bookie J, Signal Caller, toast of the town right there. Rock Nation's in with a shot, but he's under urging now. They're at 3/4 and 1, 24 and 4 into the stretch drive. Bookie J, Dexter Dunn needs more. It's Bookie J. Signal Caller got the cold shoulder. Here is Toast of the Town on the outside with Dead Aimon lunging late at Bookie J. Bookie J, Toast of the Town, coming at him. Bookie J holds off Toast of the Town. 124 and 3 into the stretch drive. It's Car Keys. Perfect Thought out of the pocket with Dead Aim and a head full of steam. Here comes Perfect Thought after a perfect trip and right by Car Keys and tries to counter and quicken. Then it's back to PA Perfect, a perfect trip for Perfect Thought and a big win. New Jersey Classic Final. Perfect Thought, then Car Keys.
Hello everyone, welcome to Harness Racing Updates 2's in Training. I am Heather Vitale, joined with Hall of Famer Joe Holloway, not just Harness Racing Hall of Famer, but Delaware Sports Hall of Famer, Joe Holloway. Thank you, Joe, for having me today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, before we get into the 8 2-year-olds that we will be talking about, I'd like to get a feel for the numbers in your barn. How many are you training total, and then how many freshmen do you have?
We have 15 total, and 12 of them are freshmen.
Oh, nice. Okay. Is that how it usually is with you, having mostly 2-year-olds?
Pretty much so, yes. Because the ones that really don't perform too much, we sell, and then I only have 2 and 3-year-olds. So.
Okay. Now, we're going to watch the 2-year-olds train today, but before we get into it, I want to sort of set the scene. It is the end of April right now, so how fast are they going? Do you do double headers? Do you train twice a week? What's the routine?
By this time of year, we probably go twice a week now. Earlier in the year, I go about every 5 days, so it's once a week. Sometimes it's twice because the way 5 days work out, but this time of year, it's pretty much twice a week, except for it's the rainy season. But this week we'll be able to get twice in.
And what are they down to on the stopwatch?
Oh, well, the fastest I've been in 2:08.
Okay, all right. Now, we're going to start with the 2-year-old pacing colts, and we're going to bring in goal-oriented first. This is a Perfect Sting, who, of course, you trained out of a Sangaal. $17,000 Lexington sale purchase consigned by Anvil and Lace. So let's talk about this one.
Yeah, he's a nice colt, big, strong colt. He's been in 2:08. That's that. He's done everything right. People just, offer the Perfect Sting colt, so he brought $17,000, which is a good thing for us, bad thing for the people that sold him, I guess. But no, he's done well and very happy with him.
The one thing I noticed about this broodmare, she's had 9 foals, okay? 4 of them have made anywhere between like $300,000 and $900,000. The highest price yearling that I saw was $65,000. This one is $17,000. Like, that seems wild. Do you look at stuff like that? Like, let me see, this mare's a producer. What were they selling for before? I mean, is there a secret there?
I look at they produce. I don't usually buy horses that have had that many foals. Looked at this because it was a perfect sting. Obviously because, Marty Granoff had owned perfect sting. So we looked at it. The horse looked good. His conformation looked good. And so I'm pretty well allowed to buy anything that would cost like that. So I did purchase it. So we were happy at this point.
What's the most inexpensive yearling you've ever bought that made the most money for you?
I can't remember the total price, but I've bought quite a few in between 10 and 20,000. But I know a filly that I bought for 10 that made $500,000. I know Ideal Champ I bought for like 10 or 15, and he made about $500,000. Zero Tolerance, she cost 30. She made like 800,000. I bought quite a few in that range that paid like $500,000 to $1 million.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, you got a list of them there. You got a good list. All right, we're going to check out Yellow Jacket now. Another perfect sting out of Winding, Hanover, $145,000 Harrisburg purchase, consigned by Concord Stud Farm, and this is a first foal.
First foal, not the resume the other horse had. Great looking horse. You have to go to the third dam to find the pedigree that the other horse had. Cost quite a bit more. Just add one more zero to him. So, but he's not training as well as goal oriented yet, but he's getting there. They all come at a different time frame. I think he'll be there. He's gone as fast as what goal oriented has, but right now goal oriented is a little bit better than him. But I don't think at the end of the year he will be. But so. But they look good.
Okay. We're going to check out Perfect Joe. Of course, a perfect sting out of Lady Lou. This is a homebred. Am I assuming that this horse is named for you?
I don't know. Maybe so. I mean, that's George and Marty, but Marty would change my name if he could. So we don't know. So I'm not certain. Lady Lou, that's a sweet Lou mare. It's a good cross. And we had a gelding. He didn't like to try. He is coming along really good right now. So the gelding did help him. I don't know. A lot of the perfect stings need to be gelded. Maybe it's the Bettor's Delight side of the family. I'm not sure, but it has helped the perfect sting colts to be gelded. But it has helped this colt, and he's coming along.
Oh, wow. No, that's really interesting. I'm glad you mentioned that. So we're going to check out Scary Terry now. Here's an Always Be Mickey, another one that you trained out of Village Jamie, $35,000 Lexington purchase consigned by Anvil and Lace, and another first full.
Yeah, people offer to Always Be Mickeys. I mean, I've had the whole family. I mean, I trained Always a Virgin too, so happy with him. I mean, I don't know, 35,000. He trains good. He didn't bring a lot, but I don't know. People don't like the Always Be Mickeys, but I think he's performed pretty good. He's had a lot of Breeders' Crown champs,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I've won a Breeders' Crown with. Yeah, Sting was Always Be Mickey. He won a Breeders' Crown.
He did. 2020.
Yeah. So he won 2 of them actually. So, but yeah, I think they do well. So I'm happy with him.
And now we have a few horses on this list that are really modest prices. This is one of them. So when you're trying to find that diamond in the rough, because that's what everybody wants, right? Other than having just an open mind when you go to this sale, what other kind of secret can you give us?
No, I hate buying ugly horses. I just kind of look for the horse. I don't really shop for price. I'd had a horse one time, Falcon's Icon. I think he cost 10, and he won in 51, and then we sold him. I don't know. Don't really look for price. Just I can buy them expensive too. I mean, B Sting costs $460. They don't know what they cost after you buy them, but so I spent a lot, and then sometimes they don't pan out that way either. So, I don't know.
That's what I mean. Isn't that? It's just a mystery sometimes. It's just sometimes there's no rhyme and reason. Horse can check every box.
Yeah.
There is, and then you're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, no, it's easy to buy the high price ones too. I mean, I like buying the high price ones as well, but I don't just search out the lower price ones. It's great when they cost less than you expect, but it doesn't always work that way.
Okay, we're going to check out now Night Agent, sold as Silver Hanover, a Captaintreacherous out of the great Shebestingin, who, of course, you trained this world champion. And this one was $140,000 at Harrisburg. Now, this colt is an embryo transfer. Let's talk about that a little bit, because like Perfect Sting, who is obviously the son of Shebestingin, he was not an embryo transfer, but her last few have been.
Yeah, there was a trouble with one of the pregnancies. That's not my department. This is a really good horse. It'll be the first Captaintreacherous that I've had that goes forward for me. Tony Alagna can train Captaintreacherous. Joe Holloway hasn't had a good one, but this is a good horse. So I got lucky. He was cheap at the price.
I am wondering just about the embryo transfer. Have you bought other ones that were an embryo transfer, and does it really make a difference?
I don't think it makes a difference. I mean, by now, there's probably enough of a pull out there to tell. Jenna's Beach Boy was raised by a surrogate mare because his mother was a dirty, rotten, we'll leave the last word out, but she would try to kill her foals. So I think it matters more, and now they're going to, I think there's a thing coming out for a rule to have them be raised by a standardbred mare. I have had ones that, I had one, I think his name was Father Dave, and then we changed his name to Airstrike. It was raised by a thoroughbred mare, and he was a very high-strung horse. Jenna was raised by a draft mare, and he walked around like that. So I think nature and nurture, so I think it matters the type of mare they're raised on, maybe. So that I can see, but genetics are genetics, so I don't think the embryo transfer matters as much as the mare they're raised with, how they go in the field. So I'm more interested in that fact than them being an embryo transfer. I try to find that out than more that they're an embryo transfer. So I don't know. There's probably more to it than, I'm not that smart.
It's not true, but that's absolutely amazing. I never even thought about who the foal was being raised by, like what breed of horse, and I love the examples you just gave me.
Yeah.
But wow, that's quite unbelievable. Yeah. So let's talk about the final colt on our list, who is a Tropez Titan, sold as Champagne Coastin, a Stay Hungry out of Pleasant Beauty. This is a $52,000 Lexington purchase, consigned and bred by Crawford Farms.
Heather, the farm manager for Crawford's, had liked the horse. She was 100% right. I've not trained to Stay Hungry. I don't know anything about them. This is a nice horse, a really nice horse. I'll give the edge to Silver Hanover because I'm more partial to that pedigree. This is not a bad pedigree, but this is a really pretty nice horse.
Love that. I love that. And a great team there at Crawford as well. I know they get huge high fives and lots of pats on the back because they do a tremendous job at Crawford. A lot of people, and this is before we get into, we have a couple fillies to talk about, but before we get into them, a lot of people put so much emphasis when you're training down 2-year-olds on like the routine, the scheduling, things that we talked about before, the rigging. What about nutrition? How important is that?
Oh, it's really important. Both when you raise them, as you're growing up, as you're training them down, it's very important.
Are you feeding your 2-year-olds something different than your 3-year-olds, or the fact that they're all training is, they're on the same?
They're pretty much on this same thing. And I feed a lot of the feed and then finish line products, and they, the horses all look pretty good.
Yeah, and then you have a great team here. So let's check out these pacing fillies. We're going to start with, this is lots of names here with the name changes as you buy them from the sale, but this one's a homebred. Her name is Miss Dolce. She had a name and then it was changed. It changed again.
We have too many stings and I can't remember who's who, and I get them all confused. So we finally just changed it, and Marty he conceded the point and said, okay, just go ahead and change it. And I like Farniente wines, and the girls, like I say, Kim and Diane, they like Farniente, so we changed it to Miss Dolce. We tried to get just Dolce, which is the sweet wine from Farniente, but we got Miss Dolce. So we got lucky. This filly wasn't accepted into any sale, so we couldn't sell her. So, and she grew up to be great looking, and she's training well. So got very lucky, and I'm lucky. Marty gave me half of her, and he's paying the bills, and she's training great. So maybe I won't be a broke horseman the rest of my life.
I'm going to put my money that you won't be. Now we'll check out a Neat Temptation, sold as a Pimpernel Hanover, a Papi Rob Hanover out of Percy Bluechip, who was a Breeders' Crown champion, and this was a $35,000 Harrisburg purchase.
I don't know why she only brought so little, but her confirmation's not the greatest, but it's not that horrendous that she should have brought so little, but she trains pretty good.
So you talked about like how you were surprised at some of the modest prices and that type of thing, but when you get them in the barn and you're looking around and then you see them now training, which one of these is the biggest surprise so far in the group, do you think?
Miss Dolce is the biggest surprise, because there's one that they considered couldn't be sold, so that'd have to be the biggest surprise. But the Percy Bluechip, but I'm basically a chicken. So I said, well, I don't care if she's going to kick and pee. I don't have to sit behind her. I'll just make my help sit behind her. So I'll buy her.
No, I love that. So is there any time that you have looked through the catalog, okay, and you're like doggy earring through the book and that type of thing, and then you get to the sale and you're like, I totally missed that one, or I didn't like that one at first, now I've totally changed my mind? That's had to have happened more than once.
Well, it happens, and then there's the ones that you totally love and you get them home and you hate them, so it goes both ways. It's better to, that you like them now than the ones that, that you buy them and by December you say, God, what did I like about you? You want a divorce in December. That's the ones you really regret.
All right. Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for being on Twos in Training again. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Best of luck this year in 2026.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for watching.